Welcome everybody. In this video we're going to learn about factoring the difference of two squares. So when you're given a polynomial with two terms, or in other words a binomial, and both of the terms are perfect squares and we're subtracting them, or in other words finding the difference, so we have a perfect square minus a perfect square, we can factor by taking the square root of both terms. And then we can add one set together and subtract the other set. So it's a little bit confusing, but let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we follow the pattern where we have one term squared and we subtract another term squared, we can factor this as that square root plus the square root of the other term and the square root minus the square root of the other term. So first thing you have to recognize though is, are both of these perfect squares? So let's try to take the square root of both of these terms. First we have 121x to the fourth power. Can we take the square root of that? Is there a number or a term multiplied by itself to give us 121x to the fourth? And we can take the square root of each of these separately. 121, the square root of that is 11. And x to the fourth, the square root of that is x squared. Okay, so this one does have a square root. Great. How about y squared? Is there a square root of that? And yeah, there certainly is. It's just going to be y, since y times y gives you y squared. So looking at this binomial up here, this is a perfect square minus this is a perfect square. So we can follow this pattern of a plus b, a minus b. Really what we found here was the a value when we took the square root, and then we found the b value when we took the square root of the second term. So we can factor this out by subtracting one set and adding one set. So we're going to do 11x squared plus y times 11x squared minus y. And there is your complete factored form when you have the difference of two squares. And I encourage you to multiply these two binomials back out and you will get the original expression.